and to talk about the programs that get ingrained in our head, the ideas, the thought loops. We all have a song in our head that we're like, dang, where'd that come from? It's been playing in my head for a while. And so just bring that awareness to your son. And my son listens to Travis Scott all the time. He loves him. And I even took him to a concert because I knew it would be a great bonding experience for both of us. But the lyrics are way beyond my comfort zone. Any tips on how to stay popular with my son and yet not have his mind infiltrated with language and behaviors I don't support? Wow, well, that's a good one. I do not have a son, and I do not have anyone listening to Travis Scott, but I am familiar with his music because he's such the rage right now with a certain age group and a certain demographic. And I get it because I've heard some of the lyrics and I'm like, oh my goodness. First of all, I think the first thing to always remember is that you are the parent, not the friend. And that's sometimes a tough pill to swallow because we want to be friends and we want to be popular with our children. But I do think there's a way to do this that kind of helps straddle the friend, being in good graces with your child and still being the parent. Now, one of the things about Travis Scott, and there's probably a whole bunch of different artists I could name, so let's not just focus on that particular artist, but kind of in that genre. There's a lot of songs with really great beats, it's like boom, 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 there's something happening. And so the reason why they're popular is because they've got that rhythm that really gets you into a happy mood or a happy space or an emotional space, right? And sometimes they get you into an anger space, and sometimes they get you into, a powerful place and space. Now, the words that they're using, I agree, are sometimes not at all. I can't remember the name of this artist, but I listened to this one particular song. It's on my playlist, and I listened to it I don't know, probably at least once a day because I love the beat. And then one day I was like, oh my goodness, the words that he's saying are actually not in alignment with what I like to think about, what I talk about. And so I had to kind of sit with myself for a second, and I'm an adult, and I was like, is this what I want to infiltrate my brain with? And I was like, I love the beat. And now that I'm aware that the words aren't, jiving with my belief system or with my consciousness, I'm like, I'm just not going to resonate with those words. Now, I'm not saying your son can do this, but I think here's where my advice comes in. I would take this as an amazing opportunity to sit with your son and say, hey, we both like Travis Scott for various reasons, probably different reasons, but I want to bring your awareness to something, the lyrics and what's being said in the lyrics. And Spotify, I know, has this, probably most of the listening platforms, where you can actually get the transcripts. Sure, you can type it into Google and say, what are the lyrics for and the song, and just say, let's just review one song. Let's just take a listen to this and, really think about what's in here. I just want you to be aware that these are the words that are being sung, and that this is not a behavior or an idea or whatever, the way that, we know to treat other people. This is not acceptable. The lyrics are not acceptable. And I just want you to have awareness that you are infiltrating your brain with these words. So if you're going to continue to listen to this song, I would like for you to have the awareness that you may want to just kind of hum the melody. Okay, so many times in my life, I thought I knew what the lyrics were, but I was making up totally different lyrics. And I was singing, I don't know, my best friend would laugh because she knows this. I would used to sing Bob Seger, and it was pop singer, the words were totally wrong. I just didn't even know. So my point is perhaps your son can infuse a different word, or just really recognize that energy is what he's picking up on, the beat is what he's picking up on, and that the words aren't appropriate. So I know that was kind of a long answer, but I think if you feel into it, it makes a lot of sense because it's such an opportunity to get into bigger topics. Like if you're actually sitting and talking about how, I don't know, I'm making this up, how they're saying like, the girls are, ready to get this, that, the other, like bad words, and there's like really putting down women, then that's a good conversation to have, right? Doesn't mean you have to ban everything. I think it's really difficult in today's world to not have lyrics that aren't probably meeting your parental standards, but it gives an opportunity to just talk about what's out there and to talk about the programs, right? The programs that get ingrained in our head, the ideas, the thought loops. We all have a song in our head that like, we're like, dang, where'd that come from? It's been playing in my head for a while. And so just bring that awareness to your son. And the way that we program those songs in our head is effortlessly, right? Like we just show up outside doing something else. We're like, whoa, I got those lyrics going on. Have your son make up some other lyrics that are, like a jingle, a tune, a mantra. Like I'm not saying like specific to that song, like I was saying that earlier, but now I'm saying, there might just be a mantra that, hey, there's something else that you want to be manifesting in your life. Let's also put that in your head. So if you're going to listen to this song and it has these lyrics that are way out here, then I also want you to think about some other things that you're going to program your brain with, some positive affirmations, some mantras. And that's kind of the I don't want to say payoff, but like the balance, so that you have them recognizing that they're getting programmed with words and thoughts, and also recognizing that they want to program themselves with their own ambitions and the things that they want to really be bringing into their life. So yeah, lots of great opportunities there, I think, with this. And you can still be a good friend, again, parent first, but I think that you'll score some points and you'll be able to laugh about some of these things. And when you take that off, that like secret, like I'm listening to this and I know I shouldn't be off, and you have the lyrics and you can talk about it, and your children feel like you're going to be, you're not going to ban everything, that you're going to use it as an opportunity. I think you'll see the dynamic, change with some of that feedback. So if any of you are parents out there and you have any additional thoughts, you love what I said, you don't like what I said, I would love to hear it in the comments. So please don't hesitate to make a note below. All right, let's get on to the next question.